Okay, I want to do a transvestigation about this boy and probably girl. It is the face of a famous singer, the earliest picture I found. And she, although she has a square jaw, chin, right there from the start, and a big mouth, her eyes aren't set wide apart. And when we continue, we see that she has kind of a long nose. Not from the side, from the front. It gets important during this transvestigation. So there you see her square jaw, but otherwise the big mouth, the long nose from the front, that's it. Her hairline is kind of set back as well, but otherwise this looks like a girl to me. Besides the edges on her face, it should be all round on a girl, so here I really don't know. That's why I'm doing this transvestigation. I really don't know. Is Christina Aguilera a man or a woman? Was she a real woman? Because the eyes so close together. You know, even in the older days, when she did her makeup, her eyes, the nose, the long one, and the wide mouth, they are so close together. And her hairline isn't like that far back. Even though they tried, that's about the best picture I found about her. She still is not as beautiful, even though they tried, you know. When she was younger, they took away too much of the brow hair, so she looked kind of nasty, you could say. And she also had this sort of makeup. Here you see she has no widow's peak on the black hair, you can tell. She has no big ears and no big jaw. You can tell right here that the fat distribution on her face is on the right spot. Here you can't, but here, on the first one, that's her as a child. She doesn't have cheekbones, you know. The fat is a bit more below, so that one looks like a girl to me then, when it's like this. And even here she hasn't really got like cheekbones like all the other trannies have. But she wasn't like beautiful, you know. She was like sort of okay, because the eyes so close make her look a bit ugly, because I will tell you later on. So here you see the small teeth. So even if they tried, like here she's got a really good makeup, good light, good moment to take for the picture to have been taken. She's not like a beauty. Also here, her eyebrows, they are too small for this face. She looks old with these kind of eyebrows. So did they put her up beside Britney Spears just to make Britney Spears pass as a boy with female hormones? Britney can do less makeup and no face and all, and she always looks kind of better. Or am I just brainwashed that now, having seen so many trannies throughout my life, I find wide apart set eyes beautiful, and the short nose, because otherwise those two have about the same face. As I said, they make her a bit ugly by taking away that much brow hair. Britney doesn't have this happening. From a very young age, she had this kind of bad makeup. Christina Aguilera has really no square shoulders. When she was young, you might say, oh, might be a tranny because it's just all one line, no hips. But when she got older, of course, she had the real woman proportions, because she got breasts and maybe a boob job as well. But you can tell that this is a woman's figure, and also her shoulders aren't bigger than her hips. And also here you can tell, well, she has a breast implant because normal breasts would fall differently. But her fleshy legs, you can tell that's a women's trait. They never look so perfect like on trannies' legs. They always have these perfect legs, no cellulite. So when Aguilera was a bit fatter, you can tell that's how women's legs look like. I won't show because it's her child right there. And here as well, that's how women's legs look like when she's a bit skinnier. But still, women know they would like to cut off this part. And here as well, they would like to cut off this part just to become as skinny as the trannies are portrayed in the media. But it's not possible for a woman. When she gets even skinnier, you can still see that there is this bit we would like to get rid of. Not so much in here, but maybe as well. So when she gets skinnier, these things here on the side disappear, kind of. Also when she wears something that would like press it together more. When she's like really skinny, she looks perfect in my eyes. That I have like really a brainwashed mind by now. It is her, and she's way too skinny. If there is a crisis within 2 weeks, she would be kind of starving to death. Others that have a bit more flesh can do it a bit longer. Her arms aren't like too long on this one, you can tell. And here again, you can see that this is the way women's fat sort of just falls to this sort of unnice kind of meat mountains. That's what women don't like about their bodies, because we have seen so many trannies. So, because they always did her in a bad makeup, she looks like really cheap on that one. And even her styles, Britney Spears never had this sort of ugly styles, beside the shaving of her hair. So did they, even though here you can tell that's a man with female hormones, did they, and she's not really, she's just having a bit of mascara and well done lips, that's all. But she's a man, but she looks so good. Did they place them, man and woman, together? Aguilera is even a year older than Britney Spears. but she's much bigger. Britney Spears is wider, and she has like real arms, where the other one has like really thin arms, you can tell. Did they place those two in Mickey Mouse Club together so that we would buy it, that Britney Spears is a woman? And we would even like Britney Spears a bit better because she's a bit more beautiful in our minds now because of the far apart set eyes. That one just looks so cute, you know. Is this the reason? Because otherwise they are pretty much the same. And she has no shame. Women, they tend to cover their breasts because it's a vulnerable part of their bodies. But those trannies never do. And that one just looks like a boy. That's all. There are so many transvestigations about Britney Spears being a born man. So that one we don't have to discuss. You know. But they were in the Mickey Mouse Club together. And even on this picture, like, put together. Was this the reason? So that we would buy it? So Christina Aguilera is just a woman with the same sort of jaw like Britney Spears? And otherwise, yeah. Here you see born Spears 81, and Aguilera is even a bit older. So were they put together there in the Mickey Mouse thing so that we would buy it? I am not sure. Here we know he was there too. And here you see a transvestigation by rebooting Christianity. And whenever I see this kind of beard, to me it's clear that's no real man, besides all the other things. And the Gosling, I want to show his beard quick. So is Christina Aguilera the only one that was not transgendered in there? That silly beard. Oh, well, okay. Tell me if you know.